Welcome back to the Purdue Softball Show. I'm Cory Palm with the head of the Boilermakers, Maggie Frezzotti. Maggie, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm excited about, home opener.
Home opener,
tomorrow.
beautiful weather.
That's right.
It's perfect. I saw you guys out there practicing yesterday.
Yes.
It's got to be good to be on the field consistently, regular grass, regular dirt.
Not a lot of layers, sunscreen even. Yep.
Sunscreen's
all good things.
Sunscreen's key. That's very good. We'll get to the home opener in a little bit and talk about how excited everybody is for this weekend. Let's talk about last weekend first. You head down to Florida to play what I would say is probably the best competition you've seen this spring so far. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I told you, Cory, that I felt like every weekend was a really good balance of competition. I obviously understand that Florida State was ranked top 20 and like Pitt being another Power 5 and whatnot, but I have respected every single opponent that we have played so far. But yeah, we were challenged in a way this weekend, but it was good. All 5 games were good competition for us.
They were, absolutely. You guys go 2-3 on the weekend with a win over Pitt to start and a win over Western Michigan to close the weekend. You talk about Florida State. You dropped a pair of really competitive games with them where you jumped out to leads both days. Couldn't hold on. They were swinging bats like a lot of people never see with just home run after home run, kind of the team that they are. What I know in sports at this level, there's no moral victories, but what do you hope your team learned from the way they played against that competition?
First of all, it's the run production, and that's something that we've been working on for the last couple of weeks, where we felt like defensively and on the mound we were being competitive, and we couldn't just like have that timely hit. And scoring 9 runs against a ranked opponent, regardless of the outcome, like I said, I want to win every single game and whatever. But that has to give us confidence, right? That we can take care of business on both sides of the ball. And if there are days where both sides can show up at a high level, like we are going to be able to compete at a really high level. So that's the biggest takeaway, the biggest piece of excitement is that we score a lot of runs this last weekend.
The fact of the matter is 9 runs is going to be a lot. It's going to be enough most games. It was enough in game 1 against Pitt. You guys beat the Panthers 9-2. Kate Claypool 3 for 3 in that game with a couple RBI, a run scored. You got more production from Kiara Dillon, Sage Scarmardo. We're getting pretty used to saying those names for sure. But to see Claypool step up like that had to be a really nice thing to see.
Absolutely. For the people that don't know Kate, she shows up every day. She doesn't ask for anything. She works for what she wants. She's patient. She's a good teammate. She loves Purdue. So for somebody like that, when the opportunity knocks on the door, for her to be ready to answer and show up the way that she showed up for the team, just happy for her. Obviously happy for the team because she helped us win.
For sure.
From an individual standpoint, happy that she was able to be reciprocated that way.
Western Michigan Sunday, totally different game. You guys, the bats are pretty quiet early. You go down 1 in the 4th, but you don't give up. Like we've seen from this team, they don't give up. 6th inning, Scarmardo leads off with a single. Kirsten George comes in to pinch run, steals second. Campbell walks, double steal, puts runners at second and third, and then
here comes Claypool again.
Yeah. Right, 2 RBI, 2-1 lead. You had a couple of insurance runs with 3 straight hits in the 7th, and you closed it over 4-1. Last week you talked about how the team responded on Sunday with great self-motivation after a disappointing Saturday. Same thing this past weekend?
Very, very similar. We're just trying to understand how to exist in this new reality. All of us, coaches, players, because we're finding success, right? And sometimes we're finding success early and then we don't get the results. So it's like a mixed feeling type of message because you want to be excited about the progress, but you still didn't walk away with the win. So it's just a lot of really honest and vulnerable conversations. And I give the players a lot of kudos for that because it's not easy or comfortable to speak up and say, this is how I feel and this is what I'm struggling with. But they have been really great about that. And I think we should show up Sunday with a little bit of a calm mindset, like knowing that we had what we needed and we just needed to be patient. And it kind of ended up going our way. So, yeah, it was great.
11-11 on the year, and that 500 for the season at this point. It's kind of where you started, but this team's nowhere near where they were 5 weeks ago. Is that fair to say? Like, you guys have taken giant leaps.
I 100% agree with that. Yeah, I think, like I said, offensively we're in a much better spot. I think the way we're thinking the game and the way that we're communicating with one another has improved tremendously. And like I said a couple minutes earlier, right, like the moment that we can start putting the pieces together and show up offense, defense, pitching, in an ideal world, you want everything to show up every day, right? But that's not the reality of sports. But it's just gets me really excited for what's coming. And one of the conversations that we had on Saturday after losing those 2 games that were kind of like devastating a little bit was that as long as we can learn and grow, I'm not gonna hold on to this. Like we're gonna move on, and this is gonna make us better. We just need to make that decision and let that situation make us better. Because I think we're making the right decision. I think we're walking in the right direction, and they're starting to gain confidence and understanding that like we have the tools, we have what it needs to become a potential championship team.
One thing I don't want to gloss over the pitching and the 2 wins. Elish and Gossett both went the distance. They both scattered 5-6 hits here and there. A couple earned runs against Maddie and none against Julia. The pitching, the potential's there. You've seen it all season. It's just, like you said, a matter of putting it together at the right time.
Yeah, and again, the message we have been giving them is we don't need you to be perfect, but we need you to step on the mound and compete. Every pitch, you didn't throw a quality pitch, how quickly can you deliver a quality pitch? And just getting in that habit and that behavior of it's not like a strike or a ball, it's not a home run or a walk. Like all the things that happen in the middle is like how are you presenting yourself? How are you competing? And obviously, Julia and Maddie did a really good job with that. And I feel like it has been different names throughout the season. And we talked about that last week, that we have depth. But all we're asking is that they step on the mound, they compete. If they do that, we get a chance every time.
You get a chance against Nebraska-Omaha this week. They come to town for your home opener. What do you know about them? What does scouts say on them?
Yeah, they're good. They're a good team. They won, I think, 30-plus games last year. They've started well this season. They have two really good pitchers. So I think the match is going to be really good. I'm excited about the competition. I'm excited about playing in front of our fans. But again, the quality of opponent, it kind of like it's similar to what we have been facing. So in a way that gives me comfort that we have been in that situation, in that environment where we're competing at a high level against high caliber opponents. And we have ended on both sides of the spectrum. So hoping to get the ones that we won this weekend.
What's the biggest non-softball benefit to being home even this early in the season?
Rest is huge. Just being in your environment, being able to sleep on your own bed, eat the food that you want to eat. Like all those things play such a huge role. And after being 5 weeks in a row on the road, being able to just chill for a minute, recharge, play competition at home, play in front of our fans. We know our playing surface. We know how it plays. We practice here every day. So from an emotional standpoint, that also it adds just an element, not just like the physical recovery and all that.
I love the earlier start times too. With spring break, you're not as beholden to class schedules and academic calendar. 2:00 on Thursday and Friday, and then noon on Saturday. Just your appeal to the fans. I mean, the weather's supposed to be nice. The temps are up, maybe a little rain, but we'll take that at this point in the year. 2:00 starts. You like getting out there a little bit earlier like that?
If I like to play earlier, you mean?
Yeah.
I like to play when it's sunny and hot. So if that's 2 p.m., then I like it. I don't know. I don't have a preference. We have a beautiful venue, so if it's a 7 p.m. and we play under the lights, I love it too. If it's a 2 p.m., 10 a.m., just love playing. And the most I love is playing here at Bittinger Stadium.
How important is it to have a facility like that for a program like this?
I think it speaks about what we're about, right? this is just a side comment on my personal, but my wife and I are very intentional about our finances, right? And something that we learned a couple of years ago is that the way you spend your money says a lot about your priorities. And I feel like when you see a venue like that, you understand what we're trying to do here. So it is important. It is important because we're giving a message to our current players that we are top of the top and we want to compete at the top of the top. It gives that message to recruits, right? And it can host a lot of people. So, like, come watch us, come support us, and let's make this a home advantage, too, once we get to that point.
Love it. Love it. I don't know that we need a Meet Maggie segment after that. I feel like we just got it. We're going to do it anyway. So let's meet Maggie, 1 through 8.
2.
Number 2, favorite musical artist?
Oh, from the U.S., I would say, well, he's not from the U.S., he's from UK. Ed Sheeran, Beyonce, big fan of that. Sam Smith, I like him too. And I can tell you some other names that are Bad Bunny, I like, he's from Puerto Rico. Those are people that you guys would know. The rest of them, you have no idea who they are. So
I appreciate you putting that filter on it for us.
Yeah.
And you can't go wrong with Ed Sheeran and Beyonce. That's fantastic. Favorite song?
From those two?
From the U.S. anyway, from the American pop charts or American charts.
Cory, you asked me these questions, and I'm so bad at choosing one thing. I can tell you that the 2 new Beyonce songs, big fan. But from her last album, I was really liking the Virgos group. I'm a Virgo, and apparently the Argentine culture, we are all about the zodiac signs and all that. And it sounds like the American culture is not that much into it. So I really felt connected to that song for that reason.
Okay, we'll go with that. That's beautiful. Always fun to meet Maggie. You get a chance to see Maggie this week. 2 o'clock Thursday, 2 o'clock Friday, noon Saturday. Good luck.
That's right. Thank you.